Hello everybody. I kind of am gonna shoot an intro and an outro all at the same time. So today I'm working on 3.2 liter engine things. This beautiful POS right here. It's one of those, it's like not every day is a great day. It just really is. I'm gonna start off with saying I'm sorry. I didn't post a video Monday and I just, rough day in dad world, okay? It is what it is. But before I get too far involved with this thing, this is the toolkit that I was using. And later on in this video, I'm gonna explain to you guys why I find this toolkit amazing and why I think each one of you guys, if you're doing this or wanting to do this engine, you're working on your 3.2, your 4.2, or your 5.2, which is your V6, your V8, and your V10, if you're an R8 owner, why you should buy this kit and it'll successfully time your engine. I was trying to come up with a clever phrase to describe what I was looking at, but it didn't work out. Anyway, let's dive into the final, second to the last step, 3.2 liter engine assembly things. So this is pretty much what we got left to put on it, which is the valve covers, coil packs. I still got to put the fuel injection, the vacuum pump, the SAI, pretty much everything to accessorize and dress the engine still needs to go on it. But before I can do that, I got to time the engine. So let's cut to a quick montage. All right, guys, so I want to take a quick moment. I've been buying a lot of specialty tools on Amazon lately, and that's solely because these specialty toolkits, some of them are outrageous. Like, for what they are, it's like, how does it cost that much? I get first designer gets to ask the world for the QC level. That's cool, that's great. But there was a company on Amazon called DPTOOLS, and they had the 3.2 liter timing kit. Buying it because it was one of those like, oh, my bad. I thought the 3.0 kit and the 3.2 kit would work. Didn't work that way. So I got on eBay, found this kit, which has worked absolutely amazing. 180% amazing. I think I paid like $86 for this. I will make sure to put a link in the description below. It is an Amazon link, so I'm gonna make it an affiliate link, so you know I'm not hiding anything. The only complaint that I had with it was the lock pin. There was a little bit of a bevel right there. Little high spot, not even bevel, high spot right there on the end. If you look at it, there's a little bit of paint on there, and that paint is where I was basically shoving it down in there because it wouldn't grab anything. Like, you could run it in and it would feel like it grabbed threads, but the crank would still move. So I'm like, okay, it's not seated all the way. Well, what was happening was the end of this here where you see the shiny bit was getting stuck in the case and just grabbing like 1 and 2 threads. It was just binding itself up enough. So when I put a little paint on it there, I end up noticing that where I was rubbing it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Grind it off, put it back in, worked awesome. For, you know, 70, 80, 90 bucks, whatever I paid for this, ultimately this kit is a win in my book. The other cool thing that's awesome about this kit and about this engine is that the 3.2, the 4.2, and the 5.2 all use the exact same timing kit, which means that if you are in the greater St. Louis area or in general and you need your 3.2, 5.2, or 4.2 time, boy up. SPR Industries, look me up, Facebook, Instagram, all those places. You can come through the shop or just send me a DM directly through RwdyAudi. I'll get back with you. But we are 100% able to get that done now. It's kind of that time now where I got to spin this puppy over and see if it's still in time. Maybe I talked too soon with my ad placement. Oh well. I'm not gonna break anything right now. Like, we could turn this thing over a whole bunch of times, and even if it came up wrong, which it's not going to, but even if it did, the odds of you breaking something, you would have to forcefully push it past a bind point, and then you're just an idiot because you should have stopped when it wouldn't go the first time. But that's here nor there. We're gonna spin this thing around. We gotta rotate it over, make sure our timing marks come back up TDC. Basically, these are gonna be able to go back in there, and we'll be able to put the crank lock pin in. Also, I believe our timing mark, should come back up. I think they did on the 3.0. Can't remember 100%. Yeah, we should be okay. Let's give it a whirl and see what happens. Whoa. All right, we're fast forward back to present. Here we are. Engine, I believe, is completely timed. I will say, I noticed one little quirky thing and I don't like it and I think it's stupid. Let me get a light here. Somebody explain to me why you would do this, right? This chain right here rotates around and around and around and around and around clockwise. This guide right here, watch that timing guide right there. It's gonna move up and down, up and down. And there's no retaining clip on the back of it. It's not broken. Like it's... That's stupid. Like there's no... Yeah. Why? Why? Like it's not even like there's nothing broken about this guide either. Like it's got its lock, all of its clips are on there. Everything's about it. It just, I don't get that. I don't understand why you would do something like that. That's stupid. But anyway, that's my rant on this. Coming back to some positive stuff. Guys, these toolkits, absolutely amazing. Highly recommended. Even though this thing is like a kind of a PETA that you had to do that, for the amount of money and a little bit of work it required to like make that thing work, I don't think it was that big a deal. I think it was a pretty good value. Versus, I think the OEM kit, if I remember right, OTC was like $230, $280 for an OTC kit for it, which still, grand scheme of it, not that bad. I've bought lots of toolkits here. Not saying that you should, you know, be a cheap ass everywhere by any means, but I'm definitely saying spend your money wisely and consider other manufacturers when buying some of these specialty toolkits. QC is a thing, so like you kind of gotta, you know, check your QC on things, check your reviews. But overall, this DP toolkit, yo, I'm gonna give it a huge thumbs up. It works, it's great, it did the job. It's a little quirky. These on there to hold the camshafts in place, that's a little quirky. Two-man job, no big deal. Also, this guy, Quinn, these things from Harbor Freight are freaking awesome. Trace torque gauges. You can do 3/8 and 1/4 inch with it. Takes a 1/2 inch on this end. Just choke up on your ratchet and you won't get all that leverage and you can really dial it in. I usually use mine in Newton meters, but it does foot pounds and inch pounds as well, which is pretty awesome from a product standpoint. From my perspective on what I use it for, it is my go-to torque gauge. I mean, I have a digital and an analog gauge. I use them more to verify things than anything else. The only thing we have left on this, it's like 9 o'clock. I didn't get out here till late. Once again, dad life. Speaking of dad life, I'm gonna go, I don't always try to be serious on the channel, but you know, the reality is life is not always easy. And there's a lot of things that we go through day in, day out. And at least for me, sometimes I let external influences impact me. Like I let a lot of external things sometimes inflict me in ways that I really shouldn't. And that's one of my demons that I battle. If I'm battling with it, I'm sure there's others out there who are having similar issues. I don't know if you'd call it like anxiety or depression or something like that. I just know it's a demon I have. And it's something that I actively am working on. Because when that happens, I don't get anything done. Like today started off that way, you know, and I stayed in bed after I got Colton to school until like 6 o'clock. And then I was like, you know what? I don't want to be in bed, but I don't want to do anything. So I come to the place that makes me happy. And that place that makes me happy is my shop. You know, being around my cars and tools and things that bring me joy do. And I think what I'm getting at here is when you find yourself in those places, you know, you might not be able to exit the scenario you're in that's causing that issue right then and there. But I guess what I'm getting at here, guys, is like, go find your happy place when you find yourself in those moments, and it will make you feel better. But at the same time, remember that we are in control of our own emotions and our state of mind. Half the battle's internal. The other half of it is figuring out what causes it, how to deal with it. Not allowing our emotions to control us and to control them in positive ways, right? Here, I don't have the answers for everything, and I know I kind of feel like I'm rambling here. I'm not trying to leave this video on like a negative Nancy moment by any means. I think that's the right negative person to attach to the type. It is what it is. If I'm wrong, whatever. But that's how life needs to be treated. Like, don't take things so seriously. I know it's a demon I'm dealing with, and I'm working on it every day. But guys, I hope that maybe me identifying a problem that I'm having can help one of you or some of you, or maybe none of you, get inspired, get out there, fix something that you enjoy fixing, get in your happy place, guys. You know, like I said, this is my happy place. This is what makes me happy. This is what I love doing. I like fixing things. I like building things. And that's all I want to do. We've got a lot coming up. I got to put wheel spacers on RS7. We got parts coming in the mail for the TDI. And that pesky Ford is now leaking transmission fluid. We're going to be seeing another F-150 come back around. But all that said, guys, thanks for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If the AI figured out a way to get you here, consider subscribing. All we do every day is figure out ways to save thousands on learning how to do new shit ourselves. Maybe work on the race car. I'd love to work on the race car more. And have fun while doing it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. I'm Audi.